This is Blkk, ceezar, and HollywoodBonner show, and this is the one and only HollywoodBonner.
And it is your boy, the infamous Blkk ceezar.
Welcome to the show. We have a special guest with us on this episode. Her name is Aundra Williams, and that is my fam. That's my cuz, and I had to ask her to come on the show. She have been blessing y'all with blogs and everything, and she been blogging for 5+ years. She started off a blogger, and now she's a businesswoman. She made that blogging into a business. So go on and introduce yourself.
Okay, so hey y'all, my name is Aundra. I am a blogger, a Pinterest strategist. I am from Michigan. I run 2 blogs, which is AundraWilliams.com and Faith Babe Bloggers, where it specializes in helping early or struggling bloggers learn how to create, launch, and monetize their website.
Okay, y'all hear that? She know what she's doing. She know what she's doing.
Perfect.
So stay tuned. Y'all gotta listen to this. She know what she's doing. But let's get. Before we get started, if this your first time watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like the video, comment on the video, and if you are listening to us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any other platform of a podcast platform, just go ahead and leave us a 5-star download. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. So let's go on and get started. So, how did you get started with blogging? Like, what motivated you to start blogging?
Actually, it was a friend of mine. I didn't want to start off blogging. I actually wanted to go into the whole teaching field. So I went to college to become a teacher. And then I just realized I just didn't have any peace about it. So I was in the middle, trying to figure out what I wanted to actually become. So a friend of mine, she told me, she was like, Aundra, you're really good at giving inspirational pieces to people all the time. So you should start up a blog. And I just rejected it because I'm like, no, I didn't have all of the essentials that I thought that I needed because I was still young and coming fresh out of college, trying to build up some money and stuff. So I didn't have the most fanciest computer or the most fanciest camera. So I just was like, no. So I kept hearing it from just a lot of people within the church. That the Lord really wanted for me to start up a website. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna just do it. I'm just gonna just jump and start up a blog. So that's kind of the background story of how I created my website.
Okay. That's something. Okay. Now, let's just say if it was me and I'm like, okay, I want to start blogging. What, I don't even know where to start. What would you recommend me as a new blogger? How would you help me out?
Well, okay, so just an innocent plug. I do have a Blossoming Bloggers course, which it takes just people such as yourself, if you are trying to become a blogger, through that whole process of really starting up, launching, and trying to monetize your website. So the first thing that I always tell people to do is try to figure out just their mindset. Try to figure out if their mindset is really in a good, healthy state. Because, with anything we can say, for instance, with this podcast, we can create a podcast, but if your mindset is, if you self-sabotage yourself, or if you're not consistent with it, or if you are a procrastinator, you're going to really mess up everything that you're trying to build. So before we start on anything, just going through that deep analysis of your self-sabotaging behaviors. How do you deal with criticism? How do you deal with disappointment? How do you deal with wanting to throw your all into your dreams, but your dreams don't really take off as quick? So just really figuring out just the mindset of who you are, and then go deeper into building up your website. Like how I said, we can build this up, but if your mindset isn't in the right place, you're going to crumble it, and you're going to give up as soon as your family don't support your dreams, or if your family say one thing about it, you're going to crumble, and it's just not going to work. So just starting off, just really just dealing with the mindset, and then we go into creating your website. But yeah, like the very, very, very first step is just making sure that you are in a good, healthy position.
So how long would you say, so I just started my blog, how long would you say it take for someone to reach the level that you're on now?
I would say probably like in a year. Like I have, I think the good thing about me and what I do is that I teach a lot of the bloggers exactly what not to do. Like, cause before I got to where I'm at now, I spent 3 years just fumbling with things, trying to figure out where do I belong, trying to figure out the category of where I belong. So I spent 3 years just in this place of really trying to discover myself and trying to overcome my mindset. So I think that if we really tackle it like month by month, then within a year, you can really start to make money from your website, like thousands of dollars, like within a year. As long as you follow the proper process and know how to market yourself and your business, you can become successful within 6 months to a year.
Wow.
That's perfect.
That's
like that.
That's faster than what I thought. I would have thought.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's eye-opening right there.
I was thinking.
Just having a mentor in anything makes things go a lot faster. You know, like if you're sitting here trying to scramble, trying to figure out everything, you're gonna bump your head and you're gonna figure out like, dang, I done invested so much money and I'm still at ground zero. So getting a coach will allow you to accelerate a lot faster. And I knew nothing about coaches or any of that nature. So it took me 3 years. And then once I got to that 3-year mark, I made $32. So I was like, okay, you know, then I made $32 and I didn't make nothing else after that. So I was just like so disappointed, but just getting a coach and investing in your dreams is going to just make things a lot like easier and accelerated.
So how easy was it to get a coach? Like, cause I'm like I said, it's blogging is I would believe it's kind of hard and a little time consuming. Not unless you have the heart and mind to want to do that, of course. So to stop everybody from getting to that 3rd year mark of bumping ahead, how did you find your coach, or how did you come up on that?
Well, actually, coach that I was following her on Instagram for like 4 years. I knew she was a coach for like to help you really prosper and like to monetize what you're trying to do, but just me not having the amount of money, because as I said, I was like just freshly out of college, and I started working at a fast food place. So I knew about her and I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I just didn't have the money to really invest into it. So actually it wasn't until like 2018, 19 is when I had enough money to where I can invest. So it took me 3 years of messing up, but I only started to really make enough money within the last 2 years or so. So if I would have just been upon it like a lot faster and you know, just really invested a lot earlier, I could have been way far ahead. So I think it all just depends on your budget. I always tell people that everything in life depends on how much money you have. If you got the money to buy the ad slots and the promotion and the boosting, you know, a lot of things that happen fast. But if you starting off like me, where working at a fast food place and still trying to accomplish your dreams, it's gonna take you a while, you know, and that's just the honest truth of it.
It's funny how you like that whole 2 minutes or whatever you was just talking. It's funny how you was saying that stuff, because going back to our other episode and what we was talking about, the mindset. We said
changing
you
mindset,
need
changing your lifestyle.
Change your mindset, because if you ain't got the mindset, like, you know, you can't achieve anything if you ain't got that mindset. Then also another thing that you said, you invest in yourself basically. And
Absolutely.
That's what we be trying to tell people and stuff. It's time to go ahead and invest in yourself and stop investing into all this other stuff. You know, go on and put yourself first sometimes. Go ahead and just take that first step. But
it's hard though, like, because you don't really know. Like, you see all this stuff on the internet and you're just like, people tell you, I can help you make money, I can help you really grow your business or whatever, and you really put your hope in it and it doesn't happen, and dang, I done saved up all this money to do it, and I'm even more broke than what I was, you know. And so it's hard, like, if you want to invest in yourself, because there's so many people out here that want your money. So it's kind of hard to figure out how to invest, you know. So I think that was my thing, that I knew a lot of people, but I was like, I don't know who to invest in. So the girl, my coach, she actually invited me to do like one of the, a Facebook live, and she was just really talking and all this stuff, and I just really just felt compelled to really invest in her, because I have did little things here and there in the past, but she was just telling me, and her heart was really into what she was trying to do, because she was just like, I'm trying to help people that's been struggling for years. And I'm like, hey, I've been struggling for years trying to get this off the ground. So yeah, really, that's really then coming from where I was, Michigan, where it's just, you know, a little bit of nothing. You know, you really have to really tackle your mindset in order to prepare you and launch you for your, you know, for greatness.
Exactly.
Right. And also, so what would you tell somebody? Well, let me go back to me. So what was okay, I've been blogging. I did a couple posts. I'm not seeing no results. Nobody not checking the page out, or they hit your page or whatever. I don't know.
Viewers.
Views. Yeah. So views. I'm only getting one view. I've been going on. I'm just discouraged. What would you tell somebody in that situation? How would you try to uplift them?
As going back to the mindset too, the beginning half, but then also asking them, how are you marketing yourself? You know, you have to figure out a marketing strategy in order to get visibility. Because I always tell people, without visibility, there's no longevity. So you can expect for people to just stumble upon what you're doing. You have to learn how to market it. If you're trying to become a blogger, you need to be around other bloggers. You need to figure out, what social platform do I need to be on? Do I need to take a course or something of that nature? But it's all about learning how to market whatever you're doing. So if you're just creating candles, but you're not promoting the candles or putting it on Facebook, it's you can't be mad that did nobody buy the candles. You're not even doing anything to have people to buy the candles. So everything starts off with learning, how can I get more eyes on what I'm doing? And when I first started, so it took me that 3 years, because I would just post my blog on Facebook, and then that would be it. I'll be okay, go and read my blog, and then I expected thousands of people to read it, and then literally only 5 people would read my blogs a month, and I just got so discouraged. So it all dawned on me that I wasn't marketing myself. I had no marketing strategy. I didn't have a mailing list. I didn't have anything. So learning how to market your blog, getting your blog in front of the right people, figuring out if you are a blogger with low self-esteem, but you're talking to people that are cooks or something. It's you are in the wrong group. You need to go where people with low self-esteem is at, because those are the people that are going to read it. But the only way to get there is if you try to market yourself and get more visibility.
I like that. I like that. So my question is, does that information that you give, right, does that just go for blogging itself, or will it go for us podcasting or doing blogs? Is that a versatile thing, or is it literally just for blogging?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's with anything blogging. If you do YouTube, you have to learn how to market. You have to figure out who are the people you're aiming to speak to. So if you are a blogger, and you have to have, as they call it, your avatar. So you can't just go into things trying to talk to everybody and trying to win over everybody, because you'll lose your vision in the midst of trying to appeal to everybody. So if you narrow everything down and say, hey, I'm talking to women that have low self-esteem, you can now strategically position yourself. You can position your podcast, your YouTube, your blog around all of that stuff, and create content around that stuff, so that those people can see it. So, but yeah, I feel just learning how to market, marketing isn't just for blog, just for anything in life, you know. If you have a new business, that's why people buy commercial slots or anything of that nature, because they're trying to gain visibility to what they're doing. So yeah, so anyone can market. Like, you just got to figure out a strategy that's best for you.
I like that.
It seemed like we got the same type of mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
But it took me a while to get to this place. Like, it took me a while to actually get to this place because I used to be just so like discouraged and just overwhelmed with the process of me trying to actually launch what I'm doing because it was slow for me, So I think people, when they see me now, I guess they see the end or the somewhat finished result, but a lot of people don't know that I used to be like family. I mean, sorry. Exactly like how that was, like just me crying because, lack of support and everything. So I think just like, you just got to really just guard your heart, guard your vision, just to make sure that your mindset and everything just doesn't get tampered with,
Right. And I kind of feel you on that, like as far as like the support and stuff, all like we look at as far as like anything you doing blogging, you doing YouTube, you doing podcasts, you doing anything, we look for that support. But then when you don't get that support and stuff, it kind of, you kind of get hit back a little bit. But but once you start,
I felt that way. Only because like we share our stuff on Facebook. These is our closest people. And it's like, in a way, you mentally say, well, you should be supporting me because we know each other. And that don't always turn out the way we expect it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, yes, I may be close to you, but if your product don't appeal to me, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to listen to it. I may listen to it, but if it does not appeal to me, I can't feel too compelled to whatever you're producing. So I got out the mindset, just like you said, I got out the mindset of just feeling like depressed, or not depressed, but discouraged about people not watching us. Now it's like, I get 5 views. Oh, that's fine. That's 5 people who watched. I'm cool with that. Good. Because now those 5 people listen to what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I got myself out of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like I said, it's crazy you said that though, because we literally just talked about this on the last episode. It's perfect.
Yeah, like and then even too, like, we was to bring it back to the Bible, when he was starting to do all his miracles, he didn't do his miracles in his hometown because people there, they rejected him. So the people that really supported his ministries were the outsiders, so those would be the main people that's going to support your dream and your vision. It won't necessarily be people from your hometown or your family. It's going to be random people that find people.
Exactly.
And then those like people that, like how you said, like if your podcast doesn't really relate to me, I'm not really gonna share it. And that's where it comes down to marketing. So if you have a good marketing strategy, people that don't really fit into that bubble of you marketing, they won't really vibe with what you're doing. But people that you're like marketing, they're gonna be like, bro, this is like so amazing. Like I have to like watch it and read this every day,
Yeah, you're right about that. And that's one thing that I kind of learned. I don't look at it like, oh, I'm doing this so I could get views. I'm doing this stuff. Like I said, was it last episode or the episode before that? I said I do it just because I always wanted to do a podcast, and and I like kind of doing it. I'm not gonna lie, exactly. I like doing podcasts. It's just something new. It's new to me. That's why I do it, and that's why I like doing it. And so. Well, let me ask you this, because some people might be wondering about this, about the money. It's about the moolah. Why do I want to blog if I ain't getting paid?
The paper.
Like,
like I need to know.
I need to know. So how do getting paid, like, okay, like so I'm going back to me. So I'm starting to get my views up. I'm starting to make a little name for myself. So, okay, now how I'm going to get paid off blogging? Like, what I'm supposed to do now? Like, how I'm supposed to get paid?
Yeah. Well, it's like multiple ways on how you can make money from your blog. So one of the main things is getting traffic to your website, because majority of the times you can convert that traffic into revenue. So say, for instance, like with your, if you have a podcast, you can convert the listens into money. So I always tell bloggers is to make sure that you have traffic, and not just any traffic, marketed like strategic foundational traffic, people there that are really a part of your tribe, not just like random people that just come to your website. But so you want to try to build a type of traffic to your website or to your social platforms, and then you can either go with the easiest way to make money is through affiliate links. So say for instance, if you sell a shirt, I wear the shirt and you give me a code, and everyone who buys a shirt off my website, you get commission, and then I get a commission as well. So that's the easiest way. So if you have a product, I promote the product, we both get paid. So that's a way to build revenue off your website. Another way is to do ads. So say for instance, if you have a shirt and you want me to promote it through like a little square little ad or a little side, a little bottom ad, I can make money off of that. You usually go through like major companies to get ad slots on your website. Or you can do, you can create courses. So for instance, like I have a Blossoming Bloggers course, but I also have different other courses that I have like on my website. So just tearing out your products that you have. So if you have something, say for instance, if you're trying to build a podcast, you can take someone through that podcast and charge like $1,500. So you can charge that, but then you can also create a little ebook. And that's another way too, is to create smaller items. So an ebook, which is normally around $7, you can create that. So it's multiple ways on how you can create it. Those are just like the main basic ways. But yeah, so it's multiple ways on how you can make money from it. You just first need to convert that traffic into money. So you need to get traffic to whatever you're doing, and you can get traffic by figuring out a marketing strategy.
So Ceezar, she said we can make $1,500 on a program. What is we doing? What is we doing?
Watch out, we gonna create some blogs around here.
Because you gotta
think
about it. It's someone that's at ground zero, and y'all done had about 20 episodes. Y'all got a mic, y'all got all this and that, and there's some people that is not even there yet. It's just a dream. And so what the thing that I do is that, yeah, even though I'm not a six-figure earner, I'm still producing something. I get 20,000 people on my website monthly. So instead of me trying to get that 100,000 or 100 million views, I market what I have, and I have 20,000. It's like, how many do you have? Oh, you have 3 people come to your website? Okay, I got 20,000. Let me help you. And that's how it works. So you have those 5 people compared to someone that has no one. It's just all in their head. So it's like, how can I package what I have already? This visible growth, this visible project that I have, when yours is still in your head. So it's kind of like you want to get into the mind of that when you're creating something. It's like, I have mine already set up. I got a mic. I'm doing it, and then just charge. That's basically what I
Wisdom. That is pure wisdom right there. I love that.
Yeah. Securing the
dropping these nuggets. Dropping these nuggets. I should charge. We should charge y'all for watching this video, because shoot, it's too much. It's too much information going on in this video and stuff. And because I'm still stuck on that $1,500, parents, we gotta talk about this another day.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
For my course.
See what we doing? See,
man,
if we get $1,500, like $1,500 and stuff, why I'm trying to finish school.
But it's crazy because that, in a way, that goes back, like I said in the last episode when I talked about because what I said was basically about jobs. I don't know if you watched the last episode or not, but I'm totally against jobs, right? Because I feel that jobs take away from your personal life. They take away from what you want to do as a person. It's like you're not an individual. You know what I'm saying? So I've always talked about building revenue. I've always said that you got to find a way to build assets. You have to find a unique way to do what you want and make money out of it. So it's like, to get you on this episode, yeah, I do need to be charging to be watching. For people to watch this, I need to charge it, because now I'm not the only one saying this. People can actually believe it now. Because I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. So you can trust me a little bit.
Exactly.
You gotta think about it. Like, since I moved to California, they got this saying, nothing is free. Like, you know.
I like that. That's wow.
And I, you know, coming from Michigan, I always used to give everything away for free. And I realized, I was like, I'm still broke. But once I changed my mindset, like, nothing is for free. I worked hard for this. I had spent 5 years on my knuckles trying to get it. So what is the best route for me to do? The best route is for me to tell you what not to do. So that's what I created a course to tell you what not to do. And it has been profitable because a lot of people, they're doing those same things that I did. So I tap into what I already have done because I know like that. I know the people that I'm targeting, you know, like I know what moves they're making because I made those moves. So, you know, a lot of times I'm just resorting back to what I did and what I wish somebody would have told me. So I'm just charging off what not to do. And as your stuff grow, you know, you just charge what, you know, just do what feels right. Like, you know, like just do.
Exactly. And like I said, it's crazy. Everything that you're saying is what we kind of been talking about for the past couple of episodes.
We need to go on and write some ebooks, man. We need to go on and do some courses because we're not the only one saying this, man. We need to go on and we need to capitalize off this because we've been giving people free games since we got on this platform.
They not listening though.
I'm tired of it being free.
They not listening. So this right here is an example. This is an example right here because basically what you saying, mindset and stuff, you got to be consistent. You got to be going ahead. You go through it. It ain't unless you just made the money and you just got all the resources and you know to be ahead of the game. I mean, but 95% of us, Trump.
We didn't get a small loan of $1 million. So we got to get it out the mud the best way we can. So
I'm telling you. And I started from the bottom. I said, like, I worked at a fast food place, and I used to be begging for that 25 cents. I'm like, please, can I get a raise? Please, please, please. And I remember my manager at the time, he didn't want to give me a raise. And he said the only way that he would give me a raise for 25 cents if I were to write a 5-page paper. And I wrote that paper. And after I got done, I was like, I can't believe how much I begged for 25 cents. Like, that was just like a moment within myself where I had to really look. Like, I wrote a 5-page paper, you know, what you call those college page paper? I can't even think of what it's called right now. To really tell them why I'm qualified for 25 cents. Like, that's just like the worst things in life. And
that's why I don't like jobs. That's why I'm not for jobs.
Yeah.
J. Cole said one thing, and I'm not a big J. Cole fan, but he was talking. I like the way he speaks. He said that the biggest sellouts are the people who are employees, because how you gonna tell a job you are worth $13 for 8 hours? That's your time. This is you're giving your skills, and we fall for that. For that. So for me to sit there and write a 5-page, I'm not. First off, I'm not doing that. That's too much for me.
You gotta get it.
Nah. You gotta get it, and I get it. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand. I'm not doing that. The way I work, I'm gonna give you your job description. You pay me X amount of dollars an hour. I'm gonna work to that minimum. If you want me to work more, pay me more. If you don't like it, I go find me another job, because my same skill set is gonna exceed because you gave me the experience. So now I go about my business. I can either create my own business or go find somewhere else to go. But I understand some people don't have that mindset, and I don't blame everybody for that. I don't blame nobody for that. But J. Cole said we are the biggest sellouts.
Because when I first started doing this, my coach, she would tell me like, Aundra, I need for you to charge at least $500. That was like the minimum. I was like, what? No way. I'm charging $60 for 8 weeks, and I'm giving you 6 years worth of knowledge. So I did that because I wasn't confident in who I was, and coming from working for $10. I left my job. I was making $10. So you see why I was going so hard for that 25 cent to put me at 10. So I when I went into my business, I was like charging $60, $40. And I realized that I was given 6 years worth of knowledge for $60, and I was like, wow. So I had to renew my mindset, figure out who my worth in myself, because I didn't find worth in what I was doing. So this is just like, it's good to have that mindset, and I wish I would have had it, because I would have never been burnt out and all that stuff, and I could have been at my goal. But now I know, and now I put that in my course too, what not to do. So it's like, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah, Hollywood, we need to go on and create these courses, man. We've been saying this already, so obviously it's the right stuff. So we need to go and make these courses and charge $2,000 for it, because this is too much game I'm giving. I'm sorry, it's too much.
Going back to like the job situation and stuff, like I always say and stuff, ain't nothing wrong with working, because we need workers, we need people that's worker. And if you just don't have the mindset to just want to be your own boss, and that's okay, because everybody don't have that type of mindset. But if you are the few that's like, okay, this is not what I want to be. I don't want to be working for myself. I want to be my own boss. I want to be making my own money. I want to work for me. Then that's when you start feeling, okay, working for somebody else is not like, it's not what I'm trying to do. But I want to ask this question popped in my mind. I know it might be a stupid question, but do you need to know how to write? Like basically be a good writer to be a blogger?
Because I mean, it'd be good. Like back in the day when I first started, I used to sit and write all of my blogs, like 10 blogs. I used to just sit and write, because I love to write. If I wasn't going to be a teacher, I wanted to become an English professor. So I always excelled in writing English. I always excelled in that in high school. So in college too, I went straight up. So now you don't have to even write anything. You can outsource. So say for instance, since you once started up a blog and I'm good at writing, you can pay me. That's another way you can make money. You can pay me to write for you, and I sign over my rights to the content, and now it's yours. So that's like, since I do run multiple blogs, sometimes I outsource my content that I have on there. Not all the time. It's like rarely, like it's sprinkled in. But I don't write all the time like how I used to. I try to write all the time, but not really. But if you look at it not as a blog but as a business, then you can always finesse things. You can always like, this is yours.
You just gave some more game.
You have to write. You just have to. You gotta have some money to pay somebody to do it, but
nah, see, you just I would never do it.
Right, you giving all these jewels and stuff. How much we owe you? How much do we owe you? Are you charging us for this information?
This is
after this, I'm gonna send y'all an invoice on to make payment plans on that $1,500.
Nah, I pay for a price.
Do I get a family discount?
I'm not even asking for a discount. I don't want a discount. This is perfect.
Well, I'm gonna send y'all an invoice, so don't worry. I'm just prepping y'all up.
Go on and send it to Caesar. He want to pay it all. I'm broke. I ain't got it.
Wait. No.
No, I'll just play it, but
that's not how this works.
No, I really, my heart is really like invested in what I do. Like a lot of people they say not to give anything away for free or whatever, but I feel like if we've been on this podcast for 30 minutes or something, if I fill out my whole entire course in 30 minutes, and that must mean that I don't really know what I'm talking about. If I don't have nothing else to give, it's kind of like, Aundra, maybe you don't have nothing else to offer, So me giving this content, you can probably find it on the internet, or it's free game. But if I try to build a business off of 15 minutes worth of conversation and I just don't have nothing else, it's kind of like, okay, maybe you don't know, this is not what you're supposed to do, so.
I'm looking for a pen. I'm looking for my pen so I can drop it. I always have it around.
Hold on, here. I use my Carmex.
The Carmex, boom.
We do with that. That's good enough.
Mic
good
drop.
Enough.
We call that the mic.
Right.
So yeah, we've been on here going on about 30-some minutes and stuff. You got any final last thoughts, Caesar?
My final thoughts. Actually, this is a bonus episode. If y'all haven't noticed, we're fully wrapping up the financial aspect of our podcast. And first off, I want to thank everybody who's been watching this far. But my final thoughts is do what you love to do and find out how to make money out of it. Don't just go out and listen to all this advice that you got. You don't like writing. You don't take no parts of caring about the business or anything like that. Don't come out doing the blogs. Do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because of the revenue or where you can't, because you're not going to get anywhere. If you do that, you're not going to go nowhere. And lastly, I could say charge your prices by how much you're worth. If Birkin bags is $40,000, then whatever information, whatever you got going on, whatever you're producing, you have to think that same amount. If they can charge that much, then surely the little bit of information I give or the content I create, this is how much I'm worth. If you don't want to support it, you don't have to, because somebody else will. That's my final thoughts.
Right. And some people might be like, dang, $1,500. Why she charging so much? But the thing is, they would look at somebody else that's like, okay, $1,500, oh, that's not bad. But since you are upcoming and stuff, and they don't want you to outdo them, they feel like, oh, that's an issue. You know,
no, man.
You see how people be, what's the name? But let that be somebody else that's like, you know, in your same position, but you know, they'll be like, oh, it's fine and stuff.
See, but I think that now with that, even though I know, you know, I want to cut you off, but see, there's two type of people, right? You hear $1,500, the first person will say, oh, that's too much, right? But the second person will think this $1,500 that I'm about to invest in is probably going to make me $100,000 one day. So I'm going to go ahead and spend this $1,500. Because I know how far it could probably get me. So that's two different type of people. The person who's complaining about the prices, you don't want to do it to begin with. So why even jump in here if you don't want to pay the price?
Exactly. And so like I said, ain't nothing free. Like you said, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. Because why would I go ahead and short myself to try to make it beneficial to you? Yeah,
then they gonna charge you for a price. If you
charge you for a price, yeah,
exactly. Let them make it, and I charge, like you said, you charge $60. Let you charge $60, and they get big. Then you try to ask them for some information, or they might charge you $2,000.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
But do you got any final thoughts you want to say? You know,
I would just say, like how Ceezar said, just to follow your dreams, make your dreams tangible within 2021. Stop playing small. To do it scared, to do it with or without support, do it with or without revenue, and to use what you have already available to you, and don't overcomplicate the process.
I was looking for something this whole time. Y'all supposed to say that, but I would go ahead and say my final thoughts. Basically, like, you know, it always go back to the mindset. Once you got your mindset, if you could believe it, you could achieve it. If you already feel like you gonna be a millionaire, you can achieve being a millionaire because you already have the mindset. And also, it's starting to take risks. Don't look at what you got. Look at how can you start. And so just go ahead and just take that first leap. And because you never know, that first step could be the best step you ever took in your life.
Exactly.
But where can they find you? You know, you can tell everybody your websites, your social media and stuff, and also, you know, we'll get it from you. So we'll put it inside a little description so they can just click on it too. But you can go on and tell everybody your stuff.
Okay, so you can find me at AundraWilliams.com. That's AUNDRA Williams.com. Also, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Pinterest at Aundra.Williams.
And all that will be in the description. So we're gonna make sure that's in the description. You know, we just trying to help y'all because it's time for us to go in and think like business owners.
Exactly.
You know,
especially us black people. Like, I'm not racist, but y'all know how I roll on this channel. Y'all should know me by now.
Ceezar, I think you're racist.
To do this.
I think you're racist.
Huh? I don't care.
It's like your 8th episode.
I don't care if you think I am. That's not my problem.
He said your opinion about me is not my
It
problem.
don't matter. It don't matter. We need to get in on this. Like, you know, we all praise Black Wall Street. We all praise like all the stuff that our history do, but yet we so stagnant when it comes to us. And as I said, I think it's the 4th episode. Generation Y and Generation Z, we're becoming more millionaires than the baby boomers have ever had, at a younger rate and at a faster rate. So, if not to be racist, but if the whites can do it, surely we can do it. Like, you just gotta get out our mindset. We gotta change our mindset.
Right.
But we really appreciate you for coming on our show. I know you could be doing anything else and stuff, but I hit you up and I was hoping you said, yeah, I'm going to do it. But you know, I just appreciate you and stuff. We appreciate you going and stopping through, giving us these knowledge, giving us all this nuggets. Cause now I might want to start blogging. Who knows?
Right.
Exactly.
Check me out, HollywoodBonner. The next blog is coming soon. But
that's a good name, y'all website. I got you. As soon as y'all started up, I got you. I mean, I'm gonna send y'all an invoice too, but
you know what? We got you.
I'm gonna pay whatever you send me. I'm gonna pay for it.
I gotta make some monthly payments. Can I get some? I mean, you know, do you set up that way?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I got so many payment arrangements. So
Stop being
good.
cheap.
I thank y'all for having me on here, though. It was so fun. I'm gonna have to go ahead and make this a permanent position. No, I'm just
that don't sound too bad. That it don't. I don't see why not.
Right.
Just
You always
knowledge.
welcome. Always welcome and stuff. You know, don't forget about the little people whenever you hit your 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures and stuff. I'm already speaking in existence. Don't forget about the little people.
Nah. I think the opposite. Yeah, if you ain't trying to make the same moves I'm making, you gonna get forgot about. That's not my problem. You gotta ride along with me or get lost. Which one you gonna do? Stop feeling bad.
We trying to ride along.
So. Exactly. So get yourself together and let's go. That's how it works. That's how this stuff rolls. You can't don't play around with this.
Right. I'm with it.
But this the one and only HollywoodBonner.
And it is your boy, the infamous Blkk.
And we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.